Ted Bundy, one of the most infamous serial killers in American history, is known for his brutal crimes and the chilling charisma with which he perpetrated them. Bundy's story is a terrifying glimpse into the mind of a psychopath and has been the subject of numerous studies, documentaries, and discussions about criminal psychology. Born Theodore Robert Cowell on November 24, 1946, in Burlington, Vermont, Ted Bundy grew up believing that his grandparents were his parents and that his mother was his sister. This family secret was kept to protect the family's reputation due to the stigma of out-of-wedlock birth at the time. Later, Bundy discovered the truth, which reportedly had a profound effect on him. Bundy was described as intelligent and socially active as a young adult. He graduated from the University of Washington with a degree in psychology and was involved in politics, even working on a gubernatorial campaign in Seattle. Despite his outward charm, Bundy harbored dark impulses that he managed to hide from those around him. His killing spree officially began in 1974, although there is speculation that he may have started killing as early as 1971. Bundy typically targeted young college women, using his charm and good looks to gain their trust. He would approach them in public places, feign injury or disability, or impersonate an authority figure to lure them to his car. Once they were isolated, he would overpower, sexually assault, and murder them. Bundy was meticulous and would often revisit the crime scenes to engage in necrophilic acts. Bundy's reign of terror spanned several states including Washington, Oregon, Utah, Colorado, and Florida. As he moved across the country, the body count increased, and law enforcement agencies struggled to connect the murders and capture him. Bundy was arrested in 1975 in Utah but escaped from custody twice in 1977 while facing murder charges in Colorado. His final escape led him to Florida, where he committed his last murders at the Chi Omega sorority house at Florida State University, brutally attacking 4 women, killing 2 of them. Bundy was arrested for the final time in 1978 after a routine traffic stop in Florida. Evidence linked him to the recent murders, and he was tried and convicted of multiple counts of murder. During his trials, Bundy acted as his own attorney and often used the courtroom as a stage for dramatic self-representation, further captivating the American public and media. In 1979, Bundy was sentenced to death for the Chi Omega murders and received another death sentence in 1980 for the murder of 12-year-old Kimberly Leach, his youngest confirmed victim. While on death row, Bundy confessed to 30 homicides, but the actual number of victims remains unknown. Some estimates run upwards of 100 or more. Ted Bundy was executed in the electric chair at Florida State Prison on January 24, 1989. His death marked the end of a dark chapter in American criminal history but left many questions about his life and the depths of his crimes. Bundy's case has been extensively analyzed in the fields of psychology, forensics, and criminal justice to understand his motives and methods, serving as a grim reminder of the complexity and dangers of psychopathic behavior.
Charming psychopath. Bundy's ability to maintain a facade of normalcy and charm, even earning a degree in psychology and being active in politics, while secretly committing heinous murders, is deeply unsettling and unusual. Escapes from custody. Bundy's daring escapes from custody, particularly his second escape from a Colorado jail where he jumped from a second-story window and then later escaped again by sawing through the ceiling of his cell, are almost cinematic and underscore his cunning and desperation. Representing himself at trial. Bundy chose to represent himself during his trials, displaying a disturbing level of arrogance and detachment from the gravity of his crimes. This decision allowed him direct access to question witnesses, including his victims, which is not only unusual but also chilling. Necrophilic acts. Bundy's admission to revisiting crime scenes to perform necrophilic acts with his victims' bodies is particularly gruesome and highlights the depravity of his actions. Confessions on death row. Only days before his execution, Bundy began to confess to numerous additional murders, offering details that only the murderer could know in a last-minute bid to delay his execution. The number and nature of these confessions added a layer of manipulation and control even in his final moments. Media and public fascination. Despite his brutal crimes, Bundy's trial was a media circus, and he had a disturbing number of female fans who found his charisma and intelligence appealing. This public fascination with a serial killer based on his appearance and charm speaks to a strange and unsettling aspect of human psychology. Unknown total victim count. Bundy officially confessed to 30 murders, but he hinted at more, and estimates suggest that the actual number could be much higher. The uncertainty around the total number of his victims adds a haunting element to his legacy.